Hey guys, it is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome. It's great to have you here on Inspirations for Your Life. I know it is just after midnight on March 12th. This is the March 11th show. That's right, it's the Monday show. It's not the Tuesday show. So, very important that we understand that. I do want to thank you for being here tonight. Thank you so much. We have another great show for you guys tonight. Please do check out my hat, believemeachieve.com. Scan the QR code and get to all my great information. Love you to do that. All right. Whether you're here at 12:09 a.m., 12:09 in the afternoon, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 5 a.m., whatever. Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. So our master topic for the week is impress yourself. And the granular topic for tonight is Unleash Your Inner Power, Series 3, Show 11, Episode number 3. So we've been talking a lot about, ourself and different things. But I guess the biggest question I have is, what does it mean to you, right? What does it actually mean to you? And I think if we can understand what it means to us, it can have a very, very big difference, in our lives. And I'll tell you, understanding things can sometimes be a little bit confusing, but when we persevere and we start to learn why things are a certain way or why they're not a certain way, I think that just sort of changes things for a moment. And it's like we have this epiphany about what's going on. So let's get right into tonight's show because I really want to share this with you. So to impress yourself, you need to develop more confidence. To impress yourself, you need to develop more confidence. We can do that by shifting our mind, staying present on the focused on the present there. Yeah, staying focused on the present moment was what I was trying to say there. And I think, that's a great thing. We underestimate the power of, basically doing that. And it might seem crazy, but I got to tell you, it is not crazy. It's definitely not crazy. And so I want to say to you guys that life is meant to be lived. And our life is very powerful, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is very, very powerful. So if we understand why our life is a certain way or why we're not getting something a certain way, it could just be because of our perception in mind. It could be just because of that perception. So people ask me all the time, hey, John, how do I develop more confidence? And, there are a lot of ways to do that, ladies and gentlemen. There are really a lot of ways to develop confidence. I told you about staying focused on the present moment. That's probably a very, very big one. Staying focused on your moment and noticing what you get joy in. I think that's another really cool one. Noticing what it is that you get joy in. Is it the little things? Is it the big things? A lot of times it's the little things. It's the little things that give us the joy of life. And I'll say to you guys that life, like I said, is meant to be lived. And when we think about ourselves and we think about, confidence, you might be saying, gee, well, how do I do this? How do I get up and speak? Or how do I do this thing? I want to let you know that fear that you think you have is false evidence appearing real. It's not really true. So fear is something that is pretty amazing in not just one's life, but everyone's life. Why? Because I think people will embrace that moment. People will embrace that moment. And if people embrace that moment, okay, then they'll embrace other moments. They will embrace other moments. But if they don't do that, then they won't. So, what does it mean to embrace a moment? It means to be 100% focused on what's going on right now in your life. To be 100% focused on what's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen, in your life today. That's a pretty amazing thing, if I do say so myself. Um, it's an amazing thing. And I know that you're probably saying to me, hey, John, I don't know how all this works. I don't know why it works. But when we start to realize that we can impress ourselves, that's pretty amazing. Okay. That is pretty amazing. And I will tell you that this is something that will transition your life. It will transition your life. Why? Because it's going to give you a new sense of freedom. It's going to give you a new sense of hope. And with that new sense of hope, you're going to then know that you can do all these great, amazing things. So people say to me, John, how? And I'm going to ask the question again. How do I develop self-confidence? I think the first place we have to look is going to be inside ourselves. I think that's the first place we have to look. If we can embrace ourselves and if we can look inside, then we know that we have a lot of power, right? You can be more confident very easy in life, okay? And all you have to do is simply believe you're more confident. Don't compare yourself to others. Take care of your body. We've said this before: diet, exercise, meditation, sleep. We've said these things at a broken record many times before. But I think people don't embrace them because they do it once and it's like, oh, it didn't work, right? Like if you're learning how to play a sport and you try once, or whether it's pool or soccer, baseball, or football, or whatever, and you do it once and it doesn't work, it's like, it doesn't work, so I give up. Well, that's really terrible. You're just going to give up because it didn't work once. I mean, if Thomas Alva Edison gave up, we would never have the incandescent light bulb. And he tried 999 times until he actually found a way to make the light bulb light. And now we have light in our homes. So talents, learn to cultivate your talents. Maybe you have this urge to play music, or maybe to write, or to walk, or to run, or to volunteer, whatever it is. Follow that urge, because that urge is a natural calling from the universe to do something in your life. It is a natural calling in the universe for you to do things. Does that make sense to everyone? I think it does. But remember that it doesn't happen overnight. So people say to me, John, what should I cultivate? What are you passionate about? What do you have fun doing? What do you find to be so timeless, right? What is it that you have? That's how you know what you should cultivate. Because maybe you do so many things in life, but you don't know what those things are, right? So learn and cultivate your talents. The more you do this, the better you will become. Celebrate your achievements. I don't care whether it's a small achievement or a major achievement. Celebrate it, because see, when you celebrate it, it's like your body's like, wow, I'm getting a pat on the back. I'm getting, praised. It's coming from you, right? It's coming from you. And I don't know how else to say this to you, but if you understand that you have more power than you think, your life will change. Let me say that again. If you believe that you have more power, okay, then you think you will discover greatness. I think a lot of people get flustered because of what other people see in their lives. This is the truth. They get flustered. And when they get flustered, it's like they just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And if they don't know what to do, then how do you even decide where you're even going to go in life? I mean, how? How do you know, like, which direction? There could be so many things pulling you, but how do you know? How do you know? I think you know because of a gut feeling. You know because of a gut feeling. A gut feeling. That gut feeling just says, hey, this works. It's a gut feeling. Okay. And gut feelings happen to give us that guidance on what path we're supposed to take. To give us guidance on what paths we are supposed to take. Because a lot of times there's so much stuff happening and we don't really know. We don't really know how, why, when, or why did something change? And the real truth of the matter is that we lost our purpose. We lost where we wanted to be because we were rushing to get somewhere because of the ego. And I've said this before, ego actually edges God out. And we don't want to do that. So know that your calling, your natural pulling of yourself in certain areas is what you should develop. Okay? Does that make sense to a lot of people? I think it does. But again, you can't be impatient about what's going to happen in your life. You cannot be impatient. If you're impatient, you're going to become frustrated. You're going to be like, oh, why is this not happening now? Why is something like this now? Celebrate your achievements. So let's go back again. Today, we talked about unleashing that inner power, ladies and gentlemen, that power that's inside you. Most people don't even tap it. Most people don't even know that it exists. Develop more confidence. That's number one. Learn and cultivate your talents. Talent could be singing. It could be another skill that you have. Maybe you like to work with pipes or work with electronics, or maybe you like to read. Maybe you like to, I don't know, draw. Maybe you like to build pots out of clay. I don't know. Maybe you like to play an instrument. Maybe you like to act. Maybe you just like to sit and quiet those chattering monkeys so that you can gain more of a purpose in your life. And lastly, celebrate your achievements. See, people don't celebrate their achievements because they think that they're not good enough. Who's anyone else to tell you that your achievements aren't good enough? I mean, who? Who is that? No one has the right, ladies and gentlemen, to make you feel inferior about yourself except for one person. You know who that is? That person's you. That person is you. So I've said it before. No one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself except for one person. And that person, ladies and gentlemen, is you. That person is you. That person is you. So if you're on the fence because you can't figure out how or why to do something because someone says, oh, you shouldn't do that, or that's not great to do, or you don't know how to do that, don't let people's frustration or their jealousy or their unsupportiveness dare influence you to change where you want to go with your heart. I think the reason a lot of people aren't successful is because they spend too much time listening to others that actually second guess them and convince them out of the dreams that they want to aspire to. That sounds sad. If you want to build a mountain or you want to build a skyscraper or you want to do anything and somebody tells you can't do that because, well, you're not being realistic. I got news for you. The universe doesn't have to be realistic. You have to believe, and then you will achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It's been a pleasure being here as your podcast host and podcast coach. Be sure to check out believemeachieve.com. You could scan the QR code or just go to the believemeachieve.com on my hat. I'd be so grateful for that. And we'll catch you guys when? On another show real soon. So have yourself, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing rest of your morning and night. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another show. All right, everyone? Well, actually, later today, I should say. Bye-bye, everyone.